Hi, everyone. Welcome to this episode of MedTech Mini. I'm your host, Susie Ingwall. And today we have with us Tom Nichols, who is the president of Pretika. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so excited to hear about this technology.
Thank you very much, Susie.
Why don't we start by telling us a little bit about the problem that you set out to solve initially?
Pretika MedTech was focused on how we can utilize optics technologies to monitor in real time the healing process of acute and chronic wounds without having to see the patient or remove the dressing. But the key driver to the science and the technology is to be able to capture complications before they become serious.
I love that. That it's such a need, I think, in every market right now in healthcare. But tell us a little bit about the technology itself. I'm so excited to learn about it.
So from a micromedical size, we incorporate three forms of imaging that are currently used in hospital and clinician settings: hyperspectral imaging, multispectral imaging, and digital imaging. And we've taken those cameras and lenses and placed all three of them into a micro medical size device that can be placed non-invasively above the wound and then placed within the final wound care dressing. And it utilizes Wi-Fi technology, BLE, and LTE technology to be able to utilize the private cellular networks when the patient is released from the hospital setting, or the Wi-Fi technology if the patient is still in hospital. And it sends the images right through the cloud or into the hospital's IT system, into the EHR, where clinicians can monitor that healing process without having to remove the dressings.
That's so cool. Is that kind of an image, the image behind you? Is that one of the images from one of your
Yes,
devices?
exactly. And each device is synced to the patient's MRN. There's no microprocessors within the device. It's all in the cloud. So we're providing this technology that can capture images and send them up to the cloud, or allow clinicians and nursing teams in real time to just go right in to that device's MRN number and that patient, so that they can see in real time what that healing process is and to detect any complications.
That is amazing. How big is the device? It sounds like it's a wearable, right?
Well, our MVPs keep changing in size and they
Okay.
get smaller and smaller. But here's an example of the technology that's placed right over the wound, where you're actually using a medical grade foam that's placed over the wound that's actually contoured. And the device uses flex technology to also contour over the wound. And that's what you get. And the
Amazing.
device also has built in a full spectrum of LEDs and a B plus anti-polarization film to capture the highest quality of images within the field of view of that wound care area. And so it's really providing clinicians with the exact information for them to diagnose from.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm so excited about this. Wound care is an area that I'm super passionate about. And are you guys on market now, or where are you at in your commercialization process?
We are in the process of finalizing additional MVPs because we've been working in the clinician and hospital settings to test the technology, but more importantly, to have adoption and usability and IRBs created by clinicians, because it's
Awesome.
for clinicians to be used on their patients. But more importantly, how do we define what are the types of wounds and surgeries that we should really concentrate on in the first phase launch and commercialization? And that's been the biggest takeaway, because when we look at the healthcare system, 15% of surgeries performed in the US are readmitted within 30 days with
Wow.
complications related to SSI, surgical site infection, or sepsis. And
That's
that's
amazing.
incredible. With this technology, they can capture and detect before it impacts the patient and make the changes, such as medicants, or simply sending them into the clinicians or clinic instead of readmitting into the hospital. So tremendous savings.
Amazing. I'm so excited for the future of this. If anybody wants to learn more about you, how do they get in touch with you, or where do they go?
First is just land in our page, PretikaMedTech.com, and you can learn about the technology, but more importantly, have instant communication with us. And we respond, and we look forward to having any type of questions or any information that we can provide.
I'm so excited for this. I'm going to be following your journey, and I would love for you to come back on once you guys are on market. But I can't wait to see the results of some of the studies that you're doing as well. I'm really excited for them. So thank you so much.
Appreciate it. And these are the studies for FDA, our clearance pathway as a Class 2 device under radiology, which is very significant.
So cool. So cool. It's so awesome. I'm so excited for this. I love seeing new technologies in this space, but I think this is going to be a real game changer. Thank you so much for your time today. I look forward to having you back.
Thank you, Susie.